My name is Zuchamo Yantan, Faculty of Library and Information Science from School of Social Sciences, Indira Gandhi National Open University. Well, based on the requests that have come from several regional centers regarding students facing problem in writing project report, the faculty has prepared some audio lectures which have been already forwarded to all the regional centers, and it has also been emailed to all the MLIS students. I hope the MLIS students are making the best use of the audio lecture. And today we are coming up with a video lecture on the topic writing research report. This is one of the courses of MLIS, and the course code is MLIB 002. Well, let's go to the learning objectives for today's lecture. Well, the learning objectives for today's lecture are, well, after listening to this lecture, the students are expected to understand the following. One is define the meaning of research project, differentiate the different types of project, explain the purpose of writing a project, explain how to choose research project topic, explain how to formulate statement of the problem, understand the qualities of a good research proposal, define the meaning of literature review and the purpose of doing a literature review. So these are the learning objectives for today's lecture. By the way, this topic, that is writing research project, will be covered in two parts. Today's lecture is the part 1, and the next lecture will be the part 2. So I request all the listeners to kindly to not miss the part 2 as well after you attend this part 1. Well, let's go straight to the next question. That is, what is a project? Well, a project is a series of tasks that need to be completed in order to reach a specific outcome. And a project is also defined as a set of inputs and outputs required to achieve a particular goal. And projects can also range from simple to complex, and it can be managed by one person or many persons. In a broad sense, a project is defined as a specific, finite activity that produces an observable and measurable result under certain preset requirements. So this is in a very brief definition of what is a project. And now let's go to the next question, that is, what are the different types of project? Well, there are 4 major types of projects. One is manufacturing projects, which deals with basically with manufacturing products. Second is construction project, which deals with construction of roads, constructions of building, and so on and so forth, which are relating to construction. And the third one is management project. And management project is a way a person organizes and manage resources that are necessary to complete a project. And the fourth one is research project. And our focus for today's lecture is going to be on this project, that is the research project. Let's try to understand further, what is research project? Well, a research project means a discrete scientific endeavor to answer a research question or a set of research questions. A research project must include a description of a defined protocol, clearly articulated goals, defined methods and inputs, and a defined starting and also ending date. And research, project purpose is, a statement of why the study is being conducted, or the goal of the study, and the goal of the study might be to identify or describe a concept, or to explain or predict a situation or a solution to a situation that indicates the type of study to be conducted. So this is again in a very nutshell explanation of what is research project. Let's try to answer the next question, that is why students are required to do a research project. Well, like in many postgraduate programs, project writing is a compulsory component in a master's degree. So it is good to understand why the students, especially the MLIS students, are required to write a research project at the end of the MLIS program. And well, these are some of the reasons behind, or the objectives behind, why students are required to do a research project at the end of their master's degree program. One is like to taste how much the student have understood, or how much the student have absorbed from the program, that is MLIS program. Secondly, like to help the students learn skills like problem solving. And another one is like to help the students to develop additional skills integral to their future, such as like critical thinking and time management, which are extremely important, and to help the students develop further knowledge on a given topic, and to engage students and provide a practical application to what they are learning. And lastly, to it provides students with an opportunity to create authentic projects which are personal and meaningful to them. So these are some of the reasons or objectives why students are required to write a project at the end of their master's degree. And the project is not only integral part in passing the course or degree, but it also serves as the final test of students' capability to work independently and think critically. Well, I hope now you are aware about the purpose or the reasons why the MLI students are required to do a research project at the end of their master's degree, or which is a part of the MLIS program. Let's try to answer the next question, that is what is project planning? Since we are talking about project and we are talking about writing a project, it's also important to understand, of course it is very important to understand, what is project planning. And project planning is the process of identifying a research problem, and that's how a topic is emerged, then establishing the scope and defining the objectives and steps to attain them. It is one of the most important parts of project writing, and the output of the project planning process is a project management plan, and this should convey the area and scope of the project. Well, and project planning clarifies why the plan is being implemented, and have clarity on the ultimate purpose, the plan which will serve. And the plan also serves as a tool for keeping everyone associated with a project on track and focusing on the same details and information. So I hope you have some understanding on what is meant by project planning. Let's go to the next question, that is how to choose a research project topic or title. I think this is very important, as the students are struggling, with how to choose a project topic. So maybe this, once you have some understanding on this, I hope it will help you to have a meaningful, in a way, like conclusion in choosing a project title. Well, you know when we are choosing a topic, we need to keep in mind three very important things. That is like interest, information availability, and topic should be a focused area. And you will be, your job will be more meaningful, and you will be able to do, able to retain more information, if you choose a topic that holds to your interest. So that is the reason why when you are choosing a research topic, you are supposed to, or one of the guiding principle is to select a topic that is in the area of our interest. Yeah, and secondly, availability of information, which is again very, very important. It so happens that you may be very much interested to do a research on a particular topic, but it may so happen that there is not much availability of information, so that you cannot carry on. So that is the reason why first is you need to have interest. It's always very important to choose a topic which is in the area of our interest. Then we should also keep in mind that there should be sufficient information in that particular area which we have chosen. And the other one is like a focus area. The topic which we should select should be a focus area, because for example, MLIS program is for a specific period of time. It is not for even for a year or 2 years like that. You are supposed to within 1 year you are also covering many other courses, and MLIB is also just one of the courses, and so you cannot spend so much time, which means you are not supposed to choose a topic which will consume a lot of your time. That is the reason why it is important to select a focused area. One is like you are supposed to choose a topic which is in the field of your interest. Second is you are supposed to choose a topic which is also having enough literature or enough information. Another one is like a focus. The topic should be a focused area. And there are a few things that you also still need to keep in mind. That is like you need to identify a few broad research area you are highly interested. I think I've already mentioned that. And identify a few more specific topic within the broad research area you have chosen, and brainstorm ideas and formulate research questions based on the identified research topic. And you have to do a proper literature review to see whether your research questions have been already answered. So these are some of the things which you need to keep in mind while you are choosing a research topic. Maybe to help you recap with the courses that you have covered, maybe let me give you a kind of a reflection which you can reflect right now. Let me write reflections. I'll just put a reflection. One is reflect on the courses that have been covered in MLIS program. Then the next is try to remember any areas of like topics which have captured your attention or interest. And then the next one is try to come up with a topic from the areas of your interest. Yeah, so this is a kind of a reflection which you can do as we as you listen to this lecture. You can still reflect on that. First is like try to reflect about the courses that have been covered in MLI's program, and after that you can try to remember any areas or topics which have really captured your attention or which have really captured your interest. And then the next one is try to from the areas of your interest, try to come up with a topic. Try to come up a topic with a topic from that area of your interest which have captured your attention. So this is a reflection which you can do right now or even later on. You can still do on this. Yeah, so anyway, let's go to the next slides. That is like what are the steps to be kept in mind while choosing a research topic. Of course, some of them I have already covered, but let me continue to maybe just to help you recap or remember better. Let me also I can say repeat again. Well, first thing first, the title should clearly convey the focus, purpose, and the meaning of your research. That's very, very important. While you are choosing a research topic, the title is very important. The title should clearly convey the focus, the purpose and meaning of your research. Sometimes, like while we are correcting MLI's project proposal, we come across a lot of contradictions. Sometimes some students will give a very how do I say, a very catchy topic, but when we go to the objectives of the study, it doesn't relate to the title. So that is that you need to keep in mind. The title should clearly also, the objectives should clearly reflect on your topic. Yeah, well, again, first thing, that's the reason why there should be a lot of brainstorming for ideas. As you brainstorm ideas on the topic that you have decided to do, you can get a lot of ideas, and that will help you as you brainstorm for ideas. It's going to help you to come to narrow down to area which you will feel the need to do a research on that. Secondly, once you choose a topic that will enable you to read and understand the literature that are available, that's again it's very, very important. And well, the third one is like ensure that a topic is manageable and that material is available. I have already covered why the topic should be manageable, because it is analyzes it's a limited period of time you are supposed to complete on time. That is why you need to choose a topic which is manageable, and of course the material should be available. Fourthly, make a list of keywords. Keywords also means search queries to find what you are looking for. And fifthly, be flexible for changes and accommodating fresh ideas. For example, like while you are doing a research, you may finalize a topic, and it may so happen that as you carry on with your research writing, it may so happen that you will not be able to come with a meaningful research finding. So in that case, you need to keep your mind open, and be very flexible. So without any change, without wasting time, you will be able to choose another topic. Yeah, so that is also one. So you try to be accommodative in your thinking for fresh ideas. And of course, the sixth point is define your topic as a focus research question. I think I've also covered that. So lastly, that you need to read and read and read more, so that it will help you to have a better understanding on the topic of your research. Yeah, let's go to the next question. That is, what is formulation of statement of the problem or thesis statement? Well, to formulate a thesis statement, that is, it means to write your topic as a thesis statement, and this may be answer to your research question or a way to clearly state the purpose of your research. Your thesis statement will usually be one or two sentences that states precisely what is to be answered, proven, and what you will inform your audience about your topic. And formulating your research problems enables you to make a purpose of your study and the target groups. And moreover, a problem statement is an effective and essential tool to keep you on a track with research and evaluate it. I hope this a brief explanation on the formulation of the statement you have at least understood some. Let's go to the next question. That is again very, very important. What are the qualities of a good research proposal that you need to understand? Well, it should be clearly written, well structured, and presumably follow the chronology described under the previous section. And your research project must be achievable and realistic rather than too ambitious. I've already mentioned why you should not be so ambitious. Whatever area that you have chosen, you need to be realistic and making sure that you will be able to complete it within the specific period of time. Yeah, so you are not supposed to be over ambitious while you are preparing a research proposal. And your research topic needs to fill in some of the existing gaps encountered within the relevant literature. Yes, and you need to show that you are familiar with his or her work, that is, as you do the literature review, and that you understand how it relates to your research topic. And your research proposal must be driven by the curiosity to expand the knowledge about your research. Yeah. So in a nutshell, this is a brief explanation on what are the qualities of a good research proposal. Let's go to the next question. That is, what should my research proposal contain? Yeah. First, a title that clearly conveys the theme of your research proposal. Then the main research questions that will be the focus of your research, and the explanation of why your research topic is important. That's very, very important. And a brief literature review showing that you possess relevant knowledge to answer the research questions, and a proposed methodology for answering your research questions, and the schedule for your research project. So as you struggle or as you prepare for your MLIS synopsis, please try to have a better understanding on this, so that as you go through all these steps, you'll be able to in a way fulfill the very purpose of writing a research proposal. Yeah, so let's go to the next topic. That is, what is a literature review? When we do research, you cannot avoid a literature review. So let us also try to understand what is a literature review. Well, a literature review is a search and evaluation of the available literature in your given subject or chosen topic area. It documents the state of the art with respect to the subject or topic you are writing about. And The literature review is important because it describes how the proposed research is related to prior research in statistics, example, and it shows the originality and relevance of your research problem. It also justifies your proposed methodology. So this is just kind of in a nutshell about what is a literature review, and we'll try to now we'll go to the next topic, that is why what are the objectives of literature review, why we do a literature review. Yeah, excuse me for this. Yeah, I'm sorry for that, for the interruption. Well, what are the objectives of doing a literature review? This is again very important. I have already explained what is a literature review, and now it's also good to understand why we do a literature review. What are the objectives behind? Well, the very objectives of doing a literature review is, one is, it surveys the literature in your chosen area of study. It synthesizes or filters the information in that literature into a summary, and it critically analyzes the information gathered by identifying gaps in current knowledge, by showing limitations of theories and points of view, and by formulating areas for further research and reviewing areas of controversy. And it presents the literature in an organized way. So this is in a very nutshell. We have explained what is a literature review and what are the objectives behind doing a literature review. So I hope as you prepare your project writing, all these things that have been already explained here will help you in such a way that it will help you to prepare and write your project report in a more efficient way. And well, let's go to the next one, that is I will now just would like to say about what are to be covered in the next class. I said this is the part 1, and in the part 2, that is the next class, the following issues will be covered. One is understanding research methodology, which is very important, research design, steps in research, how to write chapterization. Again, these are very, very important because in your project writing there are chapters. You are supposed to divide them into chapters. So I'm going to help you in explaining what are to be included in the chapterization in your research project. And well, because of because of the COVID-19, there are certain restrictions because of which most of the students will not be able to do a field-based research work. So in the next class, I will try my best to come up with some topic which will help you to choose a research topic. Yeah, so well, this is all for today, and as I have mentioned, these are the the issues or the aspects that will be covered in the next class. But I would like to end with also remind you regarding the audio lectures, that is the podcast which I have already forwarded to all the regional centers, and also the same has been emailed to all the MLI students, especially on the writing research project. Besides that, as you click into the link that is given below, you will also find many audio lectures which I hope will be part of MLIS program as well, or if you are interested to have some more broader understanding on certain issues, you are most welcome. You can log into the podcast and you can listen to the programs. Yeah, so that's all for today. But I would like to leave you with a quote or with a saying that says, virus don't move. People move the virus. When people stop moving, the virus also stop moving. Therefore, stop moving to stop the virus. Kill COVID-19. Thank you very much for listening. Yeah, we'll see you in the next class.